I am doing my homework for my church group, Rooted, and Moses wrote the words that talked about subduing the earth. And I don't know, I just had this thought, okay, this pandemic has forced all of us into doing things we normally don't do. And it's uncomfortable. And I want to give everybody a story about me. Okay, about 3 years ago, I was going through a hard time in my life where I was kind of protesting being a goody goody, uh, disciplined person with my money, which meant well, this is about 4 years ago. I started just spending money, but I just started like buying things. Kind of am embarrassed to tell you this, but I leased a Mercedes. And I was kind of just protesting the old Stephanie that was always doing the right thing, but not necessarily living from her heart. So anyway, that's a long story. But I went through this phase. Fortunately, it didn't last that long, but I did spend a whole bunch of money, and I did go into debt, not tremendously, mind you, but a little bit. And finally, kind of like enough was enough, and I was like, okay, I need to do something about this. And so I signed up for Financial Peace University at my church, and I started going to that. And it was so interesting to get on a budget and to start paying off my debts and to get rid of my car and all these things, right? And Jack and I worked really hard, and we paid off I think about $100,000 worth of debt in a pretty short period of time. I think it was about a 2-year period of time. Anyway, that experience came to my mind when I was reading Moses's words when he was talking about subduing the earth. And I thought about climate change. And you're probably thinking, what the heck are you talking about? Climate change? How could this be about climate change, right? Okay, so the thing is, I used to live in Los Angeles area. I grew up in Orange County where there was smog, and I had asthma, and I wanted to move away so that I could not be around the smog. Was one of my reasons I moved to the Northwest after college. I visited LA last year a couple times. I noticed the smog. I remember living in Malibu and doing some events in Los Angeles during that period of time when I went to college at Pepperdine, seeing the smog. And I remember somebody telling me, oh yeah, there was smog here in the LA basin even before we had automobiles, because the Native Americans would produce smoky, smoggy areas here because of their fires or something. So anyway, in my head, I was thinking LA will always have smog. Well, from what I've heard, and you tell me if you live in LA right now, there's clear skies. And that rarely happens. That happens like after a rain shower, which rarely happens down there. So anyway, I was just thinking about how Moses wrote down and said that God said that we're supposed to subdue the earth. And I was like, what does subdue mean? What does that have to do with anything? I mean, does that mean we should be taking care of the earth or not? And then I looked it up in my dictionary.com, and it means to cultivate the land. And sometimes I think, when Moses said things, he may have meant more than just the land, but I'm thinking he may have meant cultivate the air too, which means, we need to take care of the air. So, okay, yeah, there's a lot of climate change war people with people who believe that climate change is an issue, people who believe climate change is an issue. I don't want to get into that. Okay, so you're thinking, Stephanie, where are you going with this? My point is, when enough is enough with my spending out of control, I went to the other extreme and I learned how to eat on beans and rice. And I learned how to take my paycheck and use it to pay for my groceries and not spend more money than I made every month. And then I use the extra to pay down my debt. And because I did that for 2.5 years, now I have the freedom to make some choices that are easier to make because I'm not struggling with having to pay bills to credit cards or auto loans or student debt or whatever it was. So the thing is, I'm saying when enough's enough, we get to learn new habits, new skills, and we get to see the benefit of it, right? We see, oh my gosh, I can live like this. I can live off of, just spending a little bit amount of money on my lifestyle, and I can live like this and I will survive. And I don't need a huge, huge wage to live every month. And that was really helpful for me because now I know how to, cut back, right? And before I didn't learn these skills, right? So this has been a really good 3 years for me, 4 years for me. The point is, we have been forced into not polluting the earth. And it wasn't our choice, it just happened. And now we see it. And I think we are going to come out of this pandemic. And I'm not saying that the earth is going to magically get healed if it's so sick. But my point is, I think that we're going to be able to learn some really good skills right now that are going to benefit us in the future, and that we're going to learn new habits. We're going to get out of this and we're going to go, oh my gosh, I made it through that. You know, my marriage made it through that stress. Oh, I'm going to make it through this stress. We're going to get out of there and we're going to go, you know, my neighborhood, we got to know each other. Our neighbors, we got to know each other, or whatever it is. We're going to learn new skills. And that's going to be the benefit. We're going to say, oh, we could have clear skies if we do XYZ. Maybe we don't drive our cars to work every day. Maybe we work from home once in a while. So anyway, I know it's crazy thinking to go there in the future. Some of us are just grieving and hurting and we can't even get a shower in. Some of us are like scared we're not going to get our next meal. Some of us are in food lines. Some of us are like watching our our assets and our balance, our net worth just go down, 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 or whatever it is, or some of us are feeling so alone that we just wondered, why even continue? So I don't want to, I don't know. I don't know how this video will encourage you, but I just want to say, I think the clear skies in the Los Angeles area are a picture of the future for us. Is that this has been horrifying. People are dying, but there is going to be good that comes out of this. There is going to be good things that we're going to learn from this, and it's going to help us in the long run. A lot of good things come out of bad times, historically, and it's not what God wanted. It's not what we wanted. We didn't choose this, but I think I have a little more hope. Anyway, kind of a weird thought, but I wanted to share it. So, anyway, talk to you guys later. Hope that's encouraging to you. Have a great Friday, um, and enjoy your home life and home matters, property matters. Let's cultivate the land, cultivate the air, cultivate our environments, whatever they are. And if you want to know more about that, click on the links and check out all the resources we have on property matters and home matters. And yeah, and let me know if you want more information. Okay, I care about you guys. Okay, bye.